Hi everyone, just thought I'd do a little video. So obviously at the moment everything's kind of in a bit of a mess with this whole coronavirus, and I know that it's affecting some more than others, and I think what is crazy is all the shops and everything. So I went shopping on, I think it was Saturday, with my boyfriend, and we went to Asda, and literally um, so many aisles were empty. There was no toilet roll at all, so people were taking kitchen roll instead. There was no like bleach. All the cleaning aisle was kind of empty. There was no hardly any meat. Basically, there was just like little packs of things. Um, and there was no pasta, nearly out of rice, so I got one of the last boxes of like the boil in the bag rice. And it was just chaos, and it's just madness. I mean, the people that I feel sorry for are those that are most vulnerable, and you know like the elderly, for example. I'm really glad that actually a lot of the supermarkets are starting to do um like a time when they open for a couple of hours where the elderly get to shop first before everybody else gets in and takes everything. I mean, I saw a video, I think, where a man came up the toilet roll aisle, pushed an old lady out of the way. She then did get her own back and, like, pushed him over into the toilet rolls, which was funny. So I don't know if it was real or if it was faked, but if it was real, then good on the old lady, really. So I would just say, be considerate. I mean, when I went, as I said, there was no toilet rolls or anything. So I'm having to kind of manage on what I have at the moment. So I think I've got like 5 rolls left or something. So that will keep me going for a little while. But I was even looking online, Amazon, eBay, Groupon, everything. And it's ridiculous what they've done with the prices. They've put the prices up. Like, I think I saw one pack for like a pack of 9 for like £30 or £40 or something. I mean, it's absolutely crazy. Um, Luckily, as I say, I've got some toilet roll here, and I've got some like them toilet wipe things as well. So um, that are flushable and things. So I'll probably just use those as well. But yeah, it's not good at all. The other thing that's kind of upsetting and stressful is for those people that are having to sort of cancel events or postpone things. I know one of my best friends is getting married in June, and at the moment, June, we're not sure where we're going to be at with it at that point. But she's obviously concerned, and obviously all this planning and everything that's gone into it. She just doesn't want to have it ruined, basically. Um, I myself, in previous videos, I've said about what I have sort of coming up, and the first of which is a Butlins adult weekender. So we're meant to be going to the 90s Reloaded weekend on the last weekend of this month. So I rang Butlins yesterday for an update, and at that point, the Prime Minister hadn't done his speech, and processes hadn't been put in place. So they basically just told me that they're keeping an eye on the situation. They said at the moment there's no cases there or possible cases there, so they're okay. They said they've got extra sort of hand cleaning precautions in place for people on the park, and that also the cleaning regime is actually a lot more stricter as well. So they're kind of doing all they can in that sense. But the lady basically said to me that they will only sort of cancel the weekends and refund if the government tell them that they have to shut. So obviously at the moment it's kind of still a bit vague, as the governments haven't told companies they have to close. They're advising people not to go to these places, but they're not actually forcibly telling the companies to close. So it's putting these companies um and places at risk, basically, because people still need to work. People won't want to lose out on their money that they've paid for things. But at the same time, people won't go as well. So it's like, if people aren't going to restaurants and pubs and things like that, the owners are gonna like lose out on lots of money. And if they close before getting told by the government, they basically can't claim on their insurance, is how I think it works. So really, the government just need to stand up and say, look, all these places need to close, and then support them in the ways that they can. And obviously, we all know kind of where we stand. At the moment, I'm kind of off and I'm at home anyway because, as I said in my previous video, I did break my foot at Valentine's. So at the moment, it's still healing and I'm still off work for a little while longer. So I've not been going in, but I do feel for my colleagues. You know, as I've said before, I'm a midwife, so I sort of work in a hospital base job, and I can only imagine what they're kind of feeling and going through at the moment. I know that they've put strict measures in place in terms of visiting, so I think whereas before you could have like visitors come and see you, they're now saying that isn't going to happen at the moment, that the ladies can only have one person that can go in with them across the whole sort of stay in hospital, and that's just to reduce the risk of any transmission or spreading of any potential coronavirus. They're also saying not to take any children in. So before you could take, you know, the lady that was having the baby, the family could take her children in to see her and things like that, but they're stopping that as well. So I mean, most places are doing all they can to, you know, reduce the risk of spreading and to sort of contain this, but it is really difficult. And as I say, a lot of people don't know where they stand. So as well as Butlins, I've also got a sun holiday weekend to Haven with my boyfriend and his family, which is in April. So that we don't know yet is what's happening with that. And then in May, me and my friends are going to, or meant to be going to, Ibiza for my friend Emma's hen weekend. So again, the company there are kind of unsure what to say to us. You know, they're saying, well, you could wait a few weeks and see how things are looking. They're saying that we can postpone it. And, you know, I think it's just one of those tricky things where you just don't know what to do at the moment. We don't know how quick this is going to blow over. We don't know how long it's going to go on for. I mean, you know, obviously the government are kind of warning that it could be a couple of months before it's all done and dusted. So it's just really, really tricky to know what to do. But all I can say is just, you know, do what you can to kind of protect yourself. If you are in a job where, you know, you can work from home, then that's really good. I know a couple of my friends work for banks and things, so they're able to work remotely at home, which is really, really good. But obviously for those that don't and can't work from home, and for, you know, the self-employed, it's really, really difficult. You know, my thoughts go out to everyone at this time, because I know that there's a lot of people that are really anxious and worried and everything about what's going to happen. And all we can hope is that, you know, the virus will stop spreading somehow, and, you know, things will start getting back to normal. But at the moment, I think we're kind of just getting to that peak time. And I think, you know, it is just a matter of time before everything goes on lockdown. Hopefully that will then contain it like it has done in other countries, and we can then start to sort of recover from it. But I mean, what's going to happen to our economy and companies and everything from all this, I really don't know. And it is worrying, but I guess there's not much we can really do about it. You know, I know even the GP surgeries. So I've got an appointment on Friday with the GP because I needed to have a review of my foot and to see if I need to be signed off work for a bit longer. And they've said to me today that I shouldn't go into the surgery. They're doing all appointments on the phone, and if they feel that the person needs to go in and have a face-to-face appointment, then they will tell them, you know, during this appointment on the phone. So I've basically got to wait for the doctor to call me on Friday, talk to me about everything, and then, you know, they'll let me know. But if I do need signing off, they'll obviously have to send me a doctor's note. But I think it's likely they're going to sort of be posting things like that out or emailing them or something. I don't know. But obviously I think that's a good move, because as we all know in sort of GP surgeries, it's quite easy to catch bugs and stuff when you're around sort of other sick people. As you can hear, I've probably got I've got a bit of a dry throat, and I haven't been coughing or anything like that at all yet, but I'm just kind of seeing how this goes, because I'm hoping it isn't going to develop into anything. I think it's just where I've been kind of stuck at home and not getting out, getting the fresh air and things, because it's it's not really sore or anything. It's just dry. But I'm trying to have lots of orange juice and water and everything, and trying to keep well. But yeah, that was just my view on the news, really. It is a really tricky time, and I think we should all just try and, you know, look out for each other, rather than battling each other in shops to stockpile. I mean, it's just crazy. You know, there's enough to go around. There's no need to go crazy, and put others at risk potentially. So yeah, take care of yourselves, and hopefully, as I say, this will all kind of settle down, and we can start, you know, recovering from everything that's happening. But take care, guys, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.